I just want you to know that I've failed the recording the intro like 2 or 3 times, and it's just because I've just been acting extremely autistic. Yeah, I've never been diagnosed, but I've been acting that way, so yeah. Not diagnosed, but pretty sure, yep. I was diagnosed with ADHD, so that I can't say. There's enough of that. There's howdy, folks. Welcome back to the Ghost Puppet Reacts to something, and that something is going to be some more of Moreparz. Yep, we're gonna learn more about the land down under. Yeah. And you guys seem to really like the last video that I did reacting to Moreparz, so yeah, I'm here to give y'all some more. Yep. So hope you guys enjoy it. And don't forget to hit like and all, subscribe, comment, or whatever, and all that stuff if you would. I appreciate it if you do. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right in the video. So let's go and do that now, shall we? Oh no, it's the rat that got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle treatment. Is that what just kangaroos are? Just rats that just got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. They're just like giant buff rats.
Kangaroos can and will beat you up.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's right, just because it's not venomous doesn't mean it can't knock you on your ass.
True.
And Australia's most iconic marsupial can do just that. Because they are way bigger than you think.
Oh yeah, I know.
With our biggest species of roo coming in at a ridiculous...
Yeah, like just... they're the size of you. They're the size of you. A lot of people have seen that video of the dude punching the kangaroo in the face because he was like trying to drown his dog. We've seen it, or whatever it was doing with the dog. There's a one, wasn't there 2 of those? There was one, or was it 2 perspective? I don't know. There was like one where one was holding one and drowning one. I don't know. I probably gotta look at that. I think there's 2 different ones. I don't know. Maybe it just happens more than I think. Maybe it happens more than you think. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not from Australia, so I don't know how many people out there have had to punch a kangaroo in the face to save their dog. But one thing I do know is that they're extremely brave for doing that. Yeah.
0.8 meters in length. And with the iconic hop, they've got a vertical jump of 3 meters. I mean, honestly,
Jesus.
With the stat spread like that, they don't
got that velociraptor jump.
belong in the outback. They belong on a f***ing NBA court.
Yeah.
As if that wasn't enough, they're also built like tanks, weighing at a full 90 kilos of roid rage.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm not getting into a fist fight with one of these things. Like, no, you see how above that dude is? Like, god damn, that dude's a rip like Terry Crews. No thanks.
Aging rabbit muscle and being able to move way faster than anything that heavy has any right to.
Yeah.
Hitting the speedo at a max of 70k an hour.
Jesus.
Meaning if you make them angry, a juiced up rat the size of a small car is going to run your ass down and beat the f***ing brakes off you.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding when I say they really will rock your shit, because roos are professional kickboxers.
Oh yeah.
With males routinely fighting.
Yeah, they're scrappers. Yeah, they know how to scrap. They're scrappers, man. And like they do well in trailer parks. Yeah.
When they fight, kangaroos will lean back on their tails as a stabilizer and immediately start scratching and kicking the ever-loving shit out of one another.
Yep.
And those kicks have enough force to crack bone.
Oh yeah.
And as if getting drop kicked by a muscled marsupial wasn't bad enough, they also for some reason have the same bite force as a grizzly bear. Because why?
Huh? What? Excuse me? How? Why? Who? Well, how? Same bite force as a grizzly? Really? And Australians live with this. and someone was brave enough to punch one of these things in the face. Holy hell.
Not. Now, even with all of this, there are still animals stupid enough to view a rooer's lunch. Which brings me to the most terrifying thing that they do. When threatened, kangaroos will hop into a body of water and wait for whatever is chasing them to follow them in.
And then drown it.
Once the predator enters the water, the kangaroo will wrap its arms around their neck and just straight up drown them.
Yep.
What the man? I share a country with psychopathic tren rats.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Kangaroo.
Yep. Yes, you do. And And he calls them rats, so that just lets me know that I was right whenever I said that these things is basically just what happens when rats get the teenage mutant ninja turtle treatment. Yep.
Crocodiles are just dinosaurs that forgot to go extinct.
Yeah. And they're awesome too. I like crocs. I like crocs and gators, alright? Including the shoe crocs. Crocs are nice, okay? And anyone who says that the shoe crocs actually, there is an actual shoe. Is there? I don't know. Crocs are nice, and if you disagree with me, your opinion is wrong.
I am dead serious, and I cannot think of a croc species to better make my point than the saltwater crocodile, a species native to the land down under, and shocking absolutely no one. Yes, it can and will eat you.
Yeah.
You see, keeping on theme with the whole forgetting to go extinct thing, the salty stat spread just feels like something that should have been patched out with the rest of Jurassic Park. Starting with their ridiculous size.
Yeah, they're pretty friggin' big.
Salties are the largest reptile on the planet, coming in at a total of 6 meters long with a maximum weight of 1,100 kilos.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard that these things actually do not stop growing until they're dead, so if one was kept alive long enough, kaiju croc maybe? If that statement's right, I don't know. Probably about to get debunked or proven here.
Makes this murder lizard genuinely longer than my car.
Jesus.
The part is that despite being longer than my ute, they are for some reason absolute masters of stealth. You see, crocs are ambush predators, which is
Jesus. And yeah, that is terrifying. Like, just imagine it just being there the whole time and you didn't notice, and then it starts jumping at you because like it's territorial or something. Good.
Scientific way of saying they are dirty campers.
Yeah.
You see, they've got 2 raised eyes that sit on the top of their heads, which means they can submerge their Ford Falcon-sized frame basically entirely under the water without sacrificing the ability to spot whatever they are looking to turn into a Happy Meal.
Lovely.
And from your perspective as the Happy Meal, they are really difficult to see, which makes it very easy to walk just a little too close and, get bitten in half by that hydraulic press they call a mouth. That's why I love Nestle Crunch. That's right, just...
Yeah, like, I love these things, but they're still extremely dangerous. I like how I was talking about how well, I don't think crocs are made out of actual... Well, are they made of actual crocodile? I don't know. I don't know, but I like crocs, and I like crocs, okay? Yeah.
Like any good camper, these scaly arseholes are packing a one-shot in the form of one of the highest bite forces of any animal on the planet, having been recorded at putting out a maximum of 3,700 psi of force through their jaws.
Yeah.
To put that into context...
Yeah, your head would just explode.
Your skull will crack at 1,100 psi, so a croc would pop your head like a watermelon.
Yeah.
And if you don't immediately get folded by the first bite, those jaws will latch onto you as the croc begins a death roll, spinning its ton of body weight like a washing machine until whatever part of you it has decided to eat snaps off and is added to its protein goals.
Jesus.
But the best thing about the crocodile is their build is so f***ing good. They have genuinely been around with very little evolutionary change for 65 million years. Which means I grew up watching Steve Irwin wrestle dinosaurs for fun. Rest in peace, you absolute f***ing legend.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yep. And people say these things aren't dinosaurs. After learning that, yeah, that's a modern day dinosaur. Well, I guess you can't even call it that. They've been around. And Mr. Irwin's been wrestling them, and so have other people, yeah. Rest in peace to the goat.
Australia just found a new record-breaking insect.
And it's most likely going to be completely out of hell.
But before I show him to you, how the do we keep finding new bugs?
No,
you see, Australia is home to an estimated 200,000 species of insects, which is pretty...
Is Australia like just like some kind of like just experiment where it's just like, where like God just looks at it and it's just like, I'm gonna throw another species down there. They'll find it eventually. We're gonna give Australia the hardest challenge with its what? We're gonna get Australia is gonna have their wildlife set to expert mode or ultra nightmare. Yeah. Jesus.
Damn impressive, especially when you consider the only place you're gonna find more bugs than that is by counting the fucking roach population in Asmongold's walls. Now, the scary part of this is that out of...
Hold on, I gotta check something. I've had to restart my computer twice today, and I had to make sure that I wasn't sure if I made sure my mic connected to OBS. I thought for a moment I was about to have another video that I recorded where it just did not capture into my audio because my damn mic wasn't connected, but thankfully it is. Oh my god. Anyways, back to this.
That 200k, we've only actually identified 62,000. Meaning that we have no idea what nearly 3/4 of the bugs in the country actually fucking do.
Jesus, there's... Yeah, yeah, knowing this information and how much I hate bugs, yeah, I'm gonna just stay in good old America. I like it here. I'm good. If I go in here, I'm going in like I'm Firefly from Batman or Ellen Ripley or whatever, or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll go all Todoroki or something. Yeah, old Prince Zuko, friggin' whoever else. Yeah, I don't know.
And so it should come as no surprise that while exploring Australia's dense rainforests, 2 scientists discovered a new record holder for the largest insect in the land down under, and it's a fucking stick bug. Introducing
you kidding me? Oh gee, I do not like that. I do not like that. I do not like that right there. I do not like that. Ugh, kill this thing.
Introducing Acrophila alta.
Burn it.
And coming in at a full 40 centimeters and 44 grams in weight. I don't think that qualifies as a stick insect anymore. That's fucking Groot! Australia's very own Erd tree avatar was discovered in Queensland. Because of course it fucking was. And despite being enough inches in length to make any man jealous, it's actually completely harmless. However, given how many oversized bugs we already have, if we find any more, I think they're gonna send the fucking Helldivers.
Yeah, you might need them, yeah. Oh, that reminded me. People in the comments were saying that... telling me fun facts about Doom, because apparently when everything started invading the demons invaded Earth, they didn't invade Australia, mainly because it didn't have, like, any, openings or something along the lines of that. Someone will put more context in the comments, but... Yeah, that was a thing. And I was just like, huh. Okay, so why didn't they take over after? Did Doomslayer get there too fast, or was it just all that? And they're just like, nah, they're already conquered. They just saw everything over there and just be like, yeah, they're occupied. There's like 20,000 species, different species of like every animal there. They're occupied. We're fine. I don't know.
This bear was actually a soldier.
Excuse me?
You see, it was 1942, and the 22nd Polish Artillery Company were passing through the mountains of Iran on their way to the front lines to fight the Nazis. While passing through a town on their way, they were stopped by a young Iranian shepherd looking to trade with them for rations and a Swiss Army knife. When the Poles asked what he had to offer in return, the young shepherd produced a burlap sack containing an orphaned Syrian brown bear cub.
Why does he just have that?
Was shot by hunters, which is how he ended up in a low-tech Pokeball being offered as a trade deal. The Polish looked at the bear and, clearly seeing the potential for insane dad lore, said,
damn good deal.
And in the most worthwhile trade deal in history, parted ways with their supplies in exchange for a f***ing Pokemon, adopting him into their ranks and naming him Voytek.
I'm just gonna assume they saw it and they thought it was so damn cute that they're just like, yep, worth it. Because I know bears are dangerous, and I know some people do raise them, like, and, like, actually get them to act like dogs and everything, somehow. I don't know how we managed that, but they did. But a bear is still a bear, and they're still pretty damn dangerous. And as cute as they can, and as much as I love them, I'm just like, why? I was like, do we think this is gonna? Okay.
And the 22nd immediately set about raising this little man as a proper bear and soldier.
Maggots!
As a baby, they would feed him condensed milk out of an empty vodka bottle, as well as feeding him on the cartoon bear diet consisting of fruit, honey, and marmalade. They also appointed a soldier as his caretaker, who wasted no time in showing Voytek how to fit in with the rest of the army, teaching Yogi's little cousin to wave, salute, and even march. While not undergoing rigorous military training, Voytek would hang out with the soldiers. He drank coffee with them in the morning, trained with them in the day, and when they all got shit-faced in the evening, he would wrestle with them. You know how much a brown...
So was he just there for moral support then? Is that all it was? Because okay.
brown bear has to love you to wrestle you?
Yeah, a lot. No!
On top of double rations, they would also feed...
I don't think that was real, but it's still funny.
Voytek treats in the form of beer and cigarettes. They let the bear have smoko. Eventually...
Is that what it took? Was that all it needed to be domesticated? Just give it beer and smokes. Just give it a pack of ciggies and a beer bottle and with beer in it or whatever, and then just be like, there we go, that's it. Oh my god.
The Army High Command heard about this and were having absolutely none of it.
No.
You see, pets were not allowed in the army.
Aw.
Voytek had to go. Or did he?
No.
Because the 22nd Artillery Company officially enlisted him.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part.
Voytek was given a serial number and granted the rank of private. So when confronted about the very conspicuous bear in their ranks, they simply went, "That's not a bear, that's Private Voytek." Voytek...
That's amazing. You know what, I was confused and just worried about it for... I don't care, I'm all for it. I'm all for it now. It's won me over, yep. I'm here for Voytek.
Took his new role very seriously, as during the Battle of Monte Cassino in 1944, Voytek began using his bulk to transport artillery shells and ammo to soldiers engaged in combat.
Who's a good little boy? Well, who's a good boy?
They had a fucking resupply bear. For his bravery, he was promoted to the rank of corporal, and the 22nd changed their insignia to a bear carrying an artillery shell. This absolute unit smoked, drank, and dropped artillery on the Nazis.
Nice.
Based.
Yeah! For real! For real, like just... This bear is awesome! This bear is awesome! I like bears even more now. God damn. Poland's base for the whole bear thing. Like just he's Poland's base for this. Well, Poland in general is just base, but even more so with this. Like I thought, yeah, I already knew y'all guys were based. Y'all even more base for this. Yep.
Australia has just found zombified bugs.
How?
That's
How?
right, we are closer to the Walking Dead Down Under than you think. You see, just recently, a scientist by the name of Dr. Francois Brassard made a trek out to the remote savannah of the Northern Territory, with the goal of finding and cataloguing brand new species of insect unknown to science. I mean, me personally, I think we've found more than enough bugs, especially considering that half of them can send me directly into the f***ing soil.
Yeah.
What do I know, right? Anyway, on his trip to the middle of nowhere, he stumbled across a colony of spiny savanna ants, which is a pretty normal thing to find out there.
Lovely.
However, getting closer, he noticed something a little off. You see, the main ant colony was fine, completely normal. However, the several disfigured and deformed ant corpses clamped onto shoots of grass surrounding the colony like a Bug's Life version of Vlad the Inhaler. Yeah, those were significantly less normal. Broussard, mildly unsettled by the ant gore on his timeline, took samples for inspection and upon getting a closer look, realised something both really cool and really spooky. The ants had been overtaken by fungus.
Oh, red ones.
More accurately,
boy.
a previously unknown strain of the cordyceps fungus, infamous around the globe for its ability to create zombie bugs.
Wow.
And the way it does it is unbelievable.
Wait, what did that say?
Around the globe for its ability to create zombie.
This is excuse? I'm realizing it now because I'm getting a good look at it now. What the hell? What in the hell is going on in Australia? What is going on that continent? What in the yeah, I'm gonna call it right now. If we ever have a zombie apocalypse or whatever, it's starting in this country. Calling it right now.
Bugs. And the way it does it is...
Or what, something like the zombie apocalypse. If we have like some kind of like thing related to that, it's starting in Australia. I'm calling it right now. Clip this, whatever you need to bookmark it, whatever, clip it, whatever. And we're going to see what happens, if I'm right or not, when the time of that comes.
Unbelievably horrific. You see, it begins with a spore landing on an ant and producing a thin, rope-like strand that penetrates and attaches to their exoskeleton. At which point, the ant gets a little timer on his hotbar, counting down to a family reunion with his ancestors. Once inside, the fungus begins to take control of the ant's body and brain function, completely changing their behavior, replacing their colony-focused mindset with one single goal: climb. Its fungus-riddled mind drags its rapidly deteriorating body to the closest high point, which is usually a plant, with its final act being to clamp its mandibles onto the stem in a death grip, finally succumbing to the infection and being completely consumed, its corpse blossoming into a fully grown cordyceps fungus and raining down spores onto the rest of the colony to continue the cycle of infection. Now look, I know this fungus is found elsewhere in the world, but it's a new strain.
Excuse me?
And it was found in Australia. With my luck, I'm going to be playing The Last of Us against couch-sized spiders within the fucking week.
Keep this in Australia. And don't let it get anywhere. Contain this and destroy it, please. Oh my god. It's like, it's an actual... As soon as I heard fungus, I was just like, I know this is gonna get, like, way nasty, and here we are. Just... Oh, man. The good news is that, you know, it doesn't, you know, get, like, you know, like man-eating zombies or anything. The bad news is that it just, you know, takes over you, makes you climb, and then starts sprouting the fungus, and then just spreading more. So, you know, it's still doing what, you know, zombie viruses still do, and that is infect everything. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, keep this here, please.
Stepping on this rock could straight up paralyze you.
Is that a... What is it called again? Stonefish? Oh.
That's because this isn't actually a rock. That is a stonefish,
Yep.
a species of underwater menace native to Australia. And coming as a surprise to absolutely no one, it is also the most venomous fish in the ocean.
Yep.
Because of course it is.
Yep,
as
of
if
course.
the fucking snakes and spiders weren't enough, now I can get packed up by a pet rock. But why is this Pokemon reject such a threat to my mental health? Well, you see, stonefish use their special venom for defense. However, unlike most other animals that do this little f***er doesn't have the decency to dress like a neon sign to warn you.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because that's... He's probably about to describe it, but most venomous and poisonous stuffs are really colorful. Oh, and you can tell, but this guy decided to be like, nah, I'm gonna just camo in, and it's just like, there. And not only is it gonna be, not only are you gonna camo in and not have the decency to, you know, warn you, it's gonna camo in, and it's gonna have like the worst venom out there. Yeah.
No.
And an extremely painful injection of it too, I believe.
This bastard is a 6th prestige prop hunt veteran, having evolved some of the most impressive camouflage in the animal kingdom to make hunting easier. And once they've set themselves up, they are basically indistinguishable from Patrick Starr's house. Now, this is a fairly major problem as they love to live in the shallows on the beach, and that venom we talked about earlier is stored in these 13 giant, highly toxic spines that deliver venom when pressed on. You can probably see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Considering it's hard enough to spot these things while you're paying attention, if you were, say, on a romantic walk along the beach with one of the homies, and while distracted by his ethereal beauty, weren't paying too much attention to where you were walking, it would be very easy to place your foot in the wrong spot and step directly onto 13 hypodermic needles, which would then deliver a ginormous dose of neurotoxin straight into your system. Oh, you thought it was normal venom? No.
It's all
See, these things,
normal venom, bruh. This is Australia. Ain't nothing normal about any of the venom or poison here.
maxed out the toxin skill tree, producing a mixture of 2 neurotoxins that can flatline you by collapsing your heart and lungs in under an hour. And even if you survive, the sting still causes extreme pain, swelling, and tissue necrosis. Because this is Australia, where even the scenery is trying to one-shot me. Stepping on this rock could...
Yep. Jesus. And once again, more reason not to go
If
here.
you see this thing
Oh, boy.
T-pose, run.
Yep, that's pretty much your final warning.
Introducing the Anteater, a goofy little creature native to Brazil, and to understand why the absolute stance on this bad boy is a threat to your health, you're going to have to understand a little about his lifestyle first. Now listen, I know this may come as a shock to you, but the Anteater eats ants.
Yeah,
And
that's a
weighing
name.
in at 40 kilos and 1.8 meters in length, he needs to consume upwards of 40,000 ants per day. Now, in order to help him hit his bulking goals, the Anteater has a mystery mouse tool stored inside that XL sniffer.
Jesus.
A 60
Yeah,
centimeter long tongue.
Yep, and that's long tongue. Yeah, you could pleasure a lot of things with that. Oh, Jesus Christ. I feel like furries would have a field day if more knew about this. There's definitely some that know about this and they're just like, ooh. Oh, Christ. And some of them are gonna get that idea from this. Yep. Or at least try to, because, well, they don't have tongues like this, yeah. Yeah, they're not going to. At least not a real tongue. But I know there's definitely a lot of people who would like a tongue like this, and I've seen enough Gooner material to know where it would be going for people who want a tongue like this, yeah.
Designed to snake its way down an ant colony's tunnel network, smash into their living room, and abduct the entire cast of Bug's Life and convert them into a high-calorie meal. However, what that tongue do only goes so far, as an ant colony can extend up to 4 meters underground, and termites live in high-rises, which means our boy here is going to have to do a little excavation to get to the goods. But last I checked, an anteater can't go down to Bunnings and buy a shovel. So how does he dig?
Them
That's
claws.
simple, with the combat knives he has for claws.
Yeah.
Yeah, anteaters are permanently cosplaying Freddy Krueger with a set of 4-inch claws, which, proving the effectiveness of a few inches, can crack through f***ing concrete.
Yep. They're,
Now, these work great.
yeah, that's... Yeah. Yeah, and they're blind too, so they get really pissed off at like anything they can see as a threat, which could be a lot of things when you're an animal that is being hunted by big cats, which I think it's jaguars. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's some form of big cat, yeah.
Great for digging.
I'm pretty sure it's jaguars. I could be wrong, yeah.
But they are also more than capable of flatlining you. When threatened, the Anteater will rear up into a defensive T-pose. This is your sign, if you are smart, to turn around and f*** all the way off.
And you should.
If, however, you were, say, some dumbass trophy hunter who really felt the need to try and stab an animal for no reason other than ego, the Anteater will swipe at you with those claws, which are at the perfect height
to nail your inner thigh,
Yeah.
slip through your flesh like butter, and sever your femoral artery, causing you to bleed out in 2 minutes while the Anteater watches you go meet your ancestors.
Eh.
Can you imagine having to explain to your ancestors who felled woolly mammoths you got your packed up by the most unserious creature on the planet hitting a T-pose?
Oh, when you put it that way. Oh, that's definitely something. But yeah, these things are pretty damn dangerous, and they do look kind of cute. But you know, I'm not about to I'm not about to make it seem like I'm about to run a fade with this thing. Like, just no. Once it starts T-posing, I'm gonna start backing out, hitting the Michael Jackson. No, I'm gonna get going. No.
This bird can straight hit you with a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Oh, well.
Introducing the Cassowary, a species of ratite native to the land down under. And for once, guys,
Like, just
combat fatality. Finish him. Introducing the Cassowary,
bro, this thing
a species.
This thing looks psychotic, and most likely is going to be.
Of ratite native to the land down under. And
course.
for once, guys, it's not venomous. Can still
Hey,
flatline you though,
yeah.
and I'm going to tell you how. You see, these neon chickens belong to the same family of birds as the emu, and as such share their impressive size, coming in at a solid 79 kilos and growing up to 6 feet tall, meaning the short kings in my audience could, in theory, mount these things like a chocobo. What makes them stick out from me?
Yeah. I don't think that would be a good idea, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know why, but it reminded me of that time when Matt Pat tried that with ostriches.
Emus. Well, you see, the Cassowary
I think that's who tried it. Pretty sure it was.
is basically a spec ops emu, being twice the weight, highly territorial,
Jesus.
and most
Is that
importantly,
the actual sound it makes? Jesus.
highly territorial.
Bruh, if that's the actual sound that thing makes, I'm convinced that this thing is straight out of hell, and there's a tunnel somewhere in Australia that leads directly to hell, and that's why they have so much shit going around in there. And yeah, I know they said in Doom that there was no way to Australia through tunnels or caves or however they got there, but I think in real life that it's the complete opposite, and all the tunnels lead to Australia. I think that's how it is IRL, honestly, with what I'm hearing about. And these are the demons. Hey, Jesus Christ.
And most importantly, coming with a combat knife strapped to their foot.
Great.
That's right, this is a Cassowary claw, and it's the reason they can hit you with a fighting game finisher. You see, these claws are a full 5 inches long.
Jesus.
You know what I mean? Honestly, 5 inches, way too big for anything, and especially for something that's going inside me. And if you anger the tactical assault turkey,
We
that
keep
is
on talking about...
exactly what you're gonna get, as their go-to defense method is to kick you square in the gut with that kitchen knife and attempt to disembowel you. And I mean, even if the
Jesus.
kick doesn't put your insides on the outsides, that kick is
Go back. That thing is really
you
just...
square in the gut with that kitchen knife and attempt to disembowel you. And I mean,
Bro, no. Just... No. No. Just, it's actually gonna jump at me and try and disembowel me? No. Nope. 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 And Australia has strict gun laws too, apparently. And it's like, really? Really? You're gonna have strict gun laws when you have these things walking around? Really? Yeah, kangaroos walking around and you got these things and you're gonna be like, I think we really need some really strict gun laws just because, like, I don't know why they did, but... Oh my god. Yeah, like, I feel like this is one place where, you know, I would feel a bit more safer if I did have one on me, because, like, no. No. No.
and even if the kick doesn't put your insides on the outsides, that kick is still going to send you flying, which can cause some fairly major problems. Problems like the incident that occurred in 2012, where I you not, a cassowary ran up behind a random tourist, hit the heavy attack button, and kicked the guy down a small cliff into the ocean. I mean, luckily he survived, but the fact that I live in a country where at any point I could be hit with a sneak attack by a kaiju turkey is f***ing terrifying.
Yeah, and it snuck up on him and just ran up to him from behind? Really? Or just minding his own damn business. I just... Y'all need to repeal those strict gun laws like now. So y'all can protect yourselves from these guys. Oh, wrong way.
This bird... Platypus are weird, but I'm not sure you quite understand just how fucking weird. So, everyone knows the basics. They lay eggs, they sweat milk, and they look like God hit randomizer on the spore creature creator and just called it a day. But you see, mate, that's barely even scratching the surface of weird platypus features. First up, as is the qualifier for any Australian animal, did you know they're venomous? No, I'm not fucking with you. You heard me correctly. Male platypus actually have venomous spurs on their hind legs. These spurs are multi-purpose, acting as defense from predators, as well as a tool for throwing hands with other male platypus during mating season. And while their venom is non-lethal, that doesn't mean that getting stung by them doesn't fucking suck.
Yeah.
See, platypus venom can cause extreme...
Yeah, because the way I see it is that there are some things where, you know, the venom ain't gonna kill you. But sometimes you probably wish it did. I imagine that's most likely going to be the case with this thing.
Pain and swelling, and to ensure you remember not to fuck with them again, these effects can last for several months and have no treatment or anti-venom. So
months? Months? Plural? Plural.
Perry stabs your shit, your only option is to cry about it. Next on the list of offensive capabilities, I shit you not, platypus share the same hunting method as sharks. You see, that big-ass bill isn't just for show, as it contains enough surveillance equipment to make the CIA blush. Possessing the ability to sense changes in pressure in the water, but most importantly, containing electroreceptors that track electrical signals from muscle contractions made by their prey. Meaning that when whatever they're chasing starts quaking in fear, they know about it.
Oh, lovely.
And last but not least, as if those things weren't already unbelievable, we recently discovered something new. Platypus are fucking biofluorescent.
Huh?
They glow. If you hit these things with a black light, they go bright fucking green. And the best part of that is, we have no clue why they do it. I mean, I guess it just means Perry was a biblically accurate platypus. I'll give up. Who fucking designed this thing? Platypus.
I don't know. I don't know who, but they got the coloring right on Perry the platypus. Yeah. All right. I think we're gonna react to like one or two more.
Koalas are really dumb.
Nope.
In fact, Australia's fuzzy icon is probably the dumbest thing on the planet. That stupidity starts with their diet, because of all the things they could have chosen to eat, they chose to eat nothing but straight up poison. You see, koalas feed exclusively on eucalyptus leaves, which, shocking no one, are highly toxic.
Of course they are.
They are full to the brim with eucalypt oil, which is so fucking poisonous that as little as 3.75 mil is enough to land you in the afterlife, with the Reaper asking you why the fuck you felt the need to eat a leaf. Why? Oh, it's also highly flammable and burns like napalm.
Of course it
Australia. Now, despite nature...
Is that how the forest fire started? Is that how the wildfire started? I don't know. I don't know how they started. All I know is about the fact that wildfires did start in Australia. Yeah.
Putting up this giant do not eat sign. That did not stop the koala, because he can't fucking read. This suboptimal bulking diet not only gives the koala all in the way of nutrition, but also requires their body to rest to filter out the toxins so they don't fucking cark it. Meaning they need to spend upwards of 18 hours a day sleeping in order to just digest their fucking food. These dumbasses spend most of their life in a food coma. That is, however, if they even get to the food to begin with, because they are so mind-numbingly brain dead that they will not recognize a eucalyptus leaf as food unless it is on the branch. I could give this dumbass a lifetime supply of food, and if it wasn't on a stick, he would starve to death. It should come as no surprise to you at this point that the koala has such an esky temperature IQ that they literally have a smooth brain. The thoughts slide right off of this dumb... I love him.
Yeah, they're adorable, but goddamn, are they stupid? From everything I heard, yeah, they're just absolutely freaking stupid. Like, Jesus Christ.
Scientists just de-extincted a 12,000-year-old dog. Well, kinda. You see, a bioengineering company
Oh, is this the direwolf thing? Is this what this is?
called Colossal has dedicated itself to doing what every single Jurassic Park film has told us is a bad idea.
It's the direwolf, yeah.
Bringing back extinct species. And recently, they made a breakthrough. They have managed to bring back the 12,000-year-old direwolf. You know...
Yeah, and wasn't it like fake or something?
Those big-ass puppies from Game of Thrones that the Starks had? Yeah, those were actually a real-ass animal, alive during the late Ice Age. And the best way I can describe them to you is,
Basically a wolf on steroids.
Yeah.
these things were bigger, faster, and stronger, estimated to have the highest bite force out of any canine. And in a move that I'm sure has no implications, they have managed to bring these bad boys back to life.
Oh,
These
cute.
two little guys are now 6 months old and have been living on a private plot of land with 24/7 veterinary care.
However, they've only just been shown off to the public, with the company going so far as to get a photo op with George R.R. Martin holding one of these adorable little killing machines, showing that man will literally interact with an extinct species before he finishes that last f***ing book.
There is, however, one small problem. This isn't technically a direwolf.
You see, by merit of them being extinct, short of specking into necromancy, you can't exactly bring them back.
Which is where this guy comes in.
You see, the grey wolf shares 99.5% of its genetic code with the direwolf. So, using CRISPR gene editing, they basically toss the grey wolf back into the spore creator, then using the code found in direwolf fossils as a build guide, juiced the f*** out of it, boosting the size slider
That's what
and
they
putting
did?
some extra points into strength, as well as adjusting its head shape and teeth. All in all, they made a total of 20 edits to 14 genes, producing the closest thing we can get to a direwolf short of time travel.
Which is cool as f***.
I give it 5 years
yeah.
before a man-made horror beyond comprehension breaks out of that f***ing lab and we are all playing Resident Evil.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably gonna be what happens one day. Especially when you play God like that, like just... Okay, I knew I saw something about it being a fake direwolf. I just didn't expect it to be in this way. But good to know, yeah. Alright, well, that was some more of Moreparz. I enjoyed that and learned more about Australian wildlife and a couple of other things, yep. So, that was nice. And all I have to say is Poland's based, Australia's still dangerous, and crocs are cool. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go into the video now. So if you enjoyed it, check out Moreparz. I'll have them linked down in the description below, so go give him some support. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.